What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pokemonster TCG. I'm Pokemonster, and I know I've showed you guys a super cool $7,500 Pokemon collection that I picked up, but I had someone ask me to show me what my collection looked like before I picked up that collection. So today we're going to be taking a look at the best pieces from my original collection, which was valued at about $3,000. And now with that pickup, my collection's closer to about $12,000 in the current market. But let's hop right into this, guys. We're going to start with sealed, and then we're going to move in with some really cool singles. So stay tuned, guys. Before we get into it, I do want to let you know that though we are living in a messy world, there is someone up above who loves us even in our mess. If only you will call upon him. Let's get into this collection, guys. So starting off with my sealed collection, the first thing every collector must have is a Blooming Waters box. Currently valued at about $160 some. A great piece to have into the collection. I do have a Prismatic Evolution surprise box going for about $40. Wasn't really a big fan of opening Prismatic. Easy to keep that sealed. I got a Surging Sparks Elite Trainer box. Actually picked that up when the set first came out. Held it ever since. I do have another two Prismatic Evolution ETBs. Like I said, wasn't really a big fan of opening Prismatic. Hit rates are kind of as we all know. So easy to keep those sealed. Got the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. We know the Pokemon Center boxes go off the charts. That one sits at, I don't know, goes up and down all the time, but like $350 to $400 current market. Got the Prismatic Evolutions Binder Collection. Really like this one. Love the way it looks as a display piece. Like I said, super easy to keep sealed. I like it. It looks good aesthetically. So a nice piece to the collection. I have two Pokemon 3-pack blisters of Paldean Fates, going for about $40 a piece right now. Super hot set at the moment, so really cool pieces to have. I, of course, do have an Alakazam box. Comes with the 3 promos there, the 4 packs of 151. I pulled the big cards from 151. I have them in my collection, so I'm not really too worried about opening up 151, especially the newer, more nerfed set that it became. And then the last thing I have in my sealed for the moment is just a simple Prismatic Jolteon 10, going for about $22 or so. But what you're looking at on this table here, roughly, is going to be about $275, $675, another $200, $875, $9. I'd say roughly about $1,100 worth of sealed product right here. And that's just the beginning of this collection, guys. Stay tuned for all these singles I'm about to show you. That was the best of my collection before my collection grew exponentially. Before we get into these singles, guys, I do want to say that we're up to 411 subs. I would love to get up to 500 subs here in the next couple of months. I do appreciate every one of you who have subbed up and every one of you who watches the video. So if no one's told you yet today, you guys are the best. Alright, let's get into some of the cooler singles from my original collection here. Cards we pulled across the duration of the channel. So I got the Fuecoco here. And of course I collected before the channel. But for those of you who've been following for a while, I sold on Whatnot. So I started bare bones around the time I started the channel. So this Fuecoco, I loved the art. Even before this card started popping off a little bit, I thought it was super sick, super cute card in the shopping basket of a grocery store. I just, really sick card. All these cards I sleeve and top load the second I get them. The top loaders are old. That's going to be on the penny sleeve, I believe. I don't believe that's the actual part of the card there. But condition's not really overly what we're talking about in this video. More just to show off the cards I pulled. But that is the Fuecoco there. And the cards are going to get super crazy. And I will drop prices for ones that I know as they are in the current market. I love the gold cards. You know, some people like them, some people don't. I happen to be a liker of the gold cards, so I got a couple few in this stack to show off. This is the Gold Water Energy. This one came out of, I believe, Paldean Fate, or Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved, I believe. Just super cool texture, Water Energy. Love the texturing on it. Speaking of gold cards, love the Gold Lugia. I actually bought this one off of a friend. She was trying to liquidate a little bit and move into something. She was collecting more like specific sets. So I have this Gold Lugia here, B-Star. And I think this thing will increase in value over time. as it sits, it's like a $20 card or so. So not too shabby from a not so recent Lugia there. Got the Lampent. This is out of Black Bolt and White Flare sets. I just love the illustration of this card. That's why I included it in this video. I mean, as far as the illustration rares go, out of that I pulled out of those sets, I think this one's one of my favorites. That's why I wanted to show it off. I think it's super cool. I think it sits around $17 or so. Again, from White Flare, a secret rare Whimsicott. If anybody watches PokeCuz, you know how much love he does not have for the Whimsicott. But you know what? It was one of the first secret rares I pulled from White Flare. I think it was secret rare number 2 I pulled from the set. So, yeah, I wanted to give it some love in this video. How often does Whimsicott get a secret rare? So, it earns a cool spot in the collection. This is the older EX style cards, back when they had the big EX, not the little EX that we're used to seeing now. And this is the Rayquaza. Gotta love Rayquaza. I believe these cards, he's one of those Pokemons, they move up in value. I think right now this card's setting at somewhere between $15 and $20. But a super sick card. Love the design of it. Love a Rayquaza. Love the older EX era. So a very, very cool addition to the collection. This one I actually pulled fairly recently on a short that I did. And I just love this card. It is like a $25 card. It is from Paldea Evolved. I just think it's a super sick artwork. Anytime you get to see that under the sea, underwater vibe, you got the island in the background. Meryl's so cool. Reminiscent of the earlier Pokemon movies. Believe it appeared in one of the Pikachu's Vacations or something early on back then from like the 2000s. So sick. Such a cool card. Felt like I had to show that one off. Of course, we got the Tomokazu Kamiya Drowsy here. This is another one that I bought off that same friend as the Lugia. And the Rayquaza, actually. And I just, I wanted to pull this card for so long. She gave me a great deal on it. It's just such a sick artwork. I believe this is a really sought-after card out of Scarlet and Violet base set, which we know doesn't have the biggest of hits in it. But if you're lucky enough to have this one, I do think this is one that will go up and hold its value over time as far as from being from that set. Then we do got the secret rare Goldingo, however you choose to pronounce it. The Cheese Stick Man. I think it's super cool. I did pull this one. Awesome secret rare. Nice, kind of gangster artwork going on there. Standing up against all the gold coins. Got the arm cross. Got the attitude going. I think it's a super sick card to have in the collection. This, I believe, was the first or maybe the second secret rare. Second or third. I don't know. I lose track. But another secret rare I pulled out of White Flare. The Bouffalon EX. Another card that doesn't get a lot of secret rares. So I wanted to add it in here. I think it's a cool design. It's got the multiple Bouffalon in it. It's in good condition. Some of these cards will be going out to PSA. Not all of them by any means. But speaking of ones that may be getting sent out to PSA, because I really do like this card, it is the Ethan's Typhlosion. I mean, if you're a Gen 5 fan, you know Ethan very well. I mean, it's a super cool card. Typhlosion is a banger. I mean, he's more of a Gen 2 Pokemon. But this is from the Black and White remake era. I believe. Or was Ethan's? Now I'm messing it up. Because this is Destined Rivals. So this might have been a Gen 2 card. Don't hold me on that. Or you can roast me in the comments. Either way, I don't care. I don't profess to be an expert. But I don't remember exactly when Ethan came around. I do know Typhlosion is Gen 2. But either way, this card has not gotten the love it deserves. It's dropped pretty dramatically since it came out. But I think the artwork is super sick the way they did it. And for just a illustration rare here, I just think it's really cool. Glad to have it in the collection. I did pull my top chase from Destined Rivals, the Misty Psyduck. I am an OG Pokemon fan, the original 151. I do, just as Real Breaking Nate does, absolutely love Psyduck. I think he's such a cool Pokemon. And I love anything where the scene just looks kind of realistic. And it's got Misty swimming with the Psyduck. I think that's super dope. I think this card is just, honestly, the best card you can pull from Destined Rivals. Not value-wise, but just for nostalgia and just super cool artwork wise. That's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion. This card right now is shot up a little bit, setting around $75, and will likely go off to get graded. Another card from Destined Rivals here. Got the Team Rockets Moltres EX. Why'd I add this one? Because it's only about a $10 card. I'm just a 151 fan. I like Moltres. I like the way they did the trainers in the background. Destined Rivals is getting to be a super hard set to come by because people are buying it up left and right. That Secret Mirror Mewtwo goes for quite a bit of money. So, just a really cool Destined Rivals card there. Like the design of it. This Pinsir here, I don't know what to say. I just like it. That's all there is to it. I think it's a super funny artwork for Pinsir. I like the art stylings of it. It's got kind of that comic booky Japanimation feel. So I just wanted to add it in just because I simply like the card. It's great artwork for Pinsir. What can I say? Then, of course, a card that everybody was kind of seeking after there for a while. The multiple Eevees all over the chair, all over the couch. Super sick card out of the Scarlet and Violet era. One that I think will easily, continue to go up in value, especially as popular as the Eevee and Evolutions have become over time. Definitely might be a gradable card here. It'd be worth more if it was in English, but hey, even out of a different language, this card is super sick. The artwork is great. The quality is amazing. A card that has came up to be one of the bigger cards of the set from Temporal Forces. I love Gengar. I mean, if you know the channel, I'm a Gengar fan. I use a Gengar cover in a lot of my backdrops for my shorts. Gengar is the GOAT, in my opinion, of Pokemon. And that's just always going to be my stance. So, I love this card. I loved it before it shot up. I love having Gengars in my collection. If you see my graded card videos, the collection I bought had some huge Gengars in it. If you haven't seen those, check those out. They're labeled under the $7,500 collection pickup videos. This Gengar, I think right now is setting around $40-some out of Temporal Forces for just a full art Gengar. But not surprising, as Gengar gets a huge amount of love, and rightfully so. Going into this Arceus V-Star Rainbow here, I wanted to include this one because I do like the rainbow cards. Another card that, Pokemon tried. Some people like the big rainbows, the Rainbow Chonkachu. But a lot of rainbows still don't get the love they deserve. Maybe they will go up in time. But it's Arceus. It's super cool. And not incredibly hard to pull card. But, it's just a really cool card in my opinion. I do believe I purchased this one from my friend as well. I love the texturing on it. I just think it's a super cool artwork. So I have that one. This one I pulled out of a pack from Paradox Rift. Nice little secret rare Paradox Rift card here. Iron Valiant EX. I'm not a huge fan of the future and past cards. Not gonna lie. But I do like the multiple Pokemon in this card. I do like, there's a Delibird down there. They got the Iron Thorns, Fluttermane, or whatever that thing is. Or is that Volcarona? I don't know. It's something back there. But I love the multiple Pokemon cards. It's kind of been like a, almost like an Armageddon-ish type scene, or a Desolate Planet type scene. So I thought it was really cool. So I included that one in. Got a handful of cards left here to show off, and they're going to get crazier as it goes on. This one, I pulled out of an ETB. Probably some of the best luck I've had out of an ETB. Opening up Journey Together on the channel. And is the Iono's Bellybolt EX, as you can probably see. Super cool, super rare. Not the biggest card out of the set. It loses to the Lily's Clefairy. But honestly, I'm more of a fan of Iono from the series than I am of Lily. I know it's probably not a popular opinion, but I don't know. That's just mine and my son's opinion. I think Iono's a cool character. It is not perfect centering-wise or anything, and I don't know if I'll get it graded or not. Maybe, who knows. But either way, still a super cool card. By the way, guys, let me know in the comments section, is that its face, or are those the eyes? That is the question. Once you see that as its face, it makes this Pokemon take on a really, really different perspective there. Super sick card. Again, another one that I happened to buy off my friend when she was liquidating down her collection. Mimikyu V, just a awesome, awesome artwork. Trainer gallery pull. And I mean, this thing is just sick. It's got the Acerola in the background, I believe that is. And I mean, I just love the shadow of the Mimikyu back there. Love that it has Haunted House vibes. And love who is sitting back there on the dresser there. Yes, Gengar making an appearance in the card makes this card such a cool card in the collection here. One that I will likely get graded. Will it get a 10? I don't know if that falls in the 60-40 left or right, but we'll see. We all know English quality is just so hard sometimes, but an awesome card nonetheless. Then we're moving back to Destined Rivals with what should have been named the Giovanni's Mewtwo in my opinion, but is the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX Gold card. Is not as valued as the Secret Rare Mewtwo because these gold cards were about, 1 in 150 or so to pull, making them a little easier to pull than, say, the Mega Evolution set, which is supposedly having gold card pull rates at 1 in 700, which is absolutely unheard of, making those gold cards unbelievably hard to pull, having to open about 18 booster boxes just to pull the Mega Lucario EX or the Mega Gardevoir EX gold card. If you get one, they're the top chases. When has a gold card ever really been the top chases? But Pokemon knows what it's doing. It altered the pull rates enough to where you're literally striking gold when you hit a gold card from the new sets. This was the last Secret Rare, and I believe the first one I pulled from White Flare. My favorite one I pulled from White Flare, definitely, setting around $75 or so, but that's not why. I love the artwork in this thing. It's got the old dragon, over the mountain kind of feel. It's got the thunderstorm in the background. Super cool. I am a Hydreigon fan. This one will likely be sent off to PSA. Just waiting for, hopefully, things to calm down a little bit before I send a lot of these out. If not, I may have to bite the bullet and send them out anyways. This, oh man, I was so happy to pull this, because I didn't pull this when you could get your hands on Crown Zenith all the time. Walmart did a restock a couple months ago, and restocked it with a ton of Crown Zenith, and I was happy to see that. I got a couple of the 10s, a collection box, and this was one of my pulls. Unfortunately, for this card, which is going up, it is over like 40 some dollars for this now. Got the Orbeetle acting like the spaceship. Super cool artwork. It's Deoxys. I mean, come on. It's just not greatly centered. Unfortunately, it's kind of slanty, if you could tell it on the camera. But, still love it. Still one of my favorite cards in my collection. Alright guys, we're moving down to the last 4 from my previous collection. If you hung in this long, thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like button. It helps out the channel greatly. This one, while everybody was opening up Prismatic, I was having fun opening up Terrestrial, where you were guaranteed EXs in every pack, and a Secret Rare if you were lucky enough. For those of you watching around the time entering giveaways, I did a video to where if I pulled a card I'd already pulled from Terrestrial before, I was giving it away. And both times that I opened up big boxes of Terrestrial, I pulled this same SIR. So one of you, hopefully who is still a subscriber of the channel, walked away with this Jolteon SIR. Not this one, but one just like it. But this is the one I have left over in my collection. Super sick Jolteon card here. The only Terrestrial SIR I have. Super cool. Likely to get graded. Just such cool artwork. Jolteon's one of my favorites. Jolteon and Flareon. This card, man. I mean, Pokemon the movie 2000, as a kid, being 10, 11 years old, going out to the movies, getting this card, even back then, was just absolutely amazing. It was unlike any other card out at the time, with the hieroglyphics, the Egyptian writing, the super rainbow vibe feel to it. I mean, this thing was a banger. It's set at around $30 forever. And I mean forever. Until now, when this thing's going up over $90, finally getting the love it deserves. If you can get this in a 10, I believe it's going up over $2,000. Let me know what you think, guys. I mean, this looks like a pretty clean copy You know, hopefully I haven't checked out the 9 prices, but I mean, if this thing came back in a 10, that would just be a game changer. But I love it nonetheless. It is awesome. It is one of the gems of my collection. Hopefully you guys enjoy that too. That's just such a cool card if you haven't seen it. This here isn't one of the biggest cards, but I just think it's super awesome. I went into a like a secondhand shop, like an antique treasure shop, and there was somebody selling Japanese Pokemon card booster boxes. This was before Journey Together came out in English. It was Battle Partners in Japanese, and he already had the booster box cracked. I grabbed like 3 or 4 packs. I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and take my shot. I believe I did open this up on the channel. And out of his booster box, which you're not guaranteed an SIR in, I happened to walk away with an SIR from that box, making this just a really cool story to go along with a really cool card. Salamence, super awesome. I love me some Dragon-type Pokemon. Japanese quality, hands down, amazing. And for the last card, guys, and I have tons of other stuff in my collection, but the last one I want to showcase off today is none other than the Charizard from 151. Great story to go along with this card as well. So I, opened up a ton of 151 back in the day when I was selling on Whatnot before the hype started. I ended up pulling one of these, grading it in a 10, selling it on Whatnot. It was worth $400. Sold it for about $340 to $350. After the cut, I might have made $300 at the time. Yeah, kicking myself now. Hindsight's 2020. What can you do? So I didn't have this card for the longest time. But what I did have was a poster collection setting up on top of my TV stand forever. And my buddy was like, the Charizard's sitting in there. And I was like, no. So like 8 months went by and I finally decided to open up the poster collection. It's here on the channel for a celebration video of like 200 subs or something. And I get into the poster collection. I even talk about, will we find the Charizard in it? And as you can see here, yes, we did find the Charizard. And that I love this Charizard artwork. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I just think, the background, the fact that it's a full-bodied Charizard versus the, always aggressively upfront in your face, overdone Charizard in my opinion. I think this one is spectacular. This card's had its ups and downs. It is currently setting around $300 raw. I think it will shoot up drastically when 151 really starts popping out of existence, or just super hard to get a hold of, which were at that time, guys. I mean, it's 2 years old. So they're not going to go back, I don't believe, and reprint this set. Question is, will this one get a 10? It looks pretty clean. It looks okay centering-wise. I'm definitely going to take my shot on it. That's one thing I know. But this is the last card in my showcase of my collection before I added a whole nother collection on top of my collection, guys. But I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, especially those of you who stick around to the end of the video. Thank you so much, guys. And until next time, guys, I just want to let you know, I love you. Jesus loves you. Peace.